What if Female Deku was Fluttershy, Part 2. We start a day before the UA students arrive at the training camp. Fluttershy is heading over to go see Discord. And we're going to start this off with Discord, who's currently just setting up and cleaning the place. As he's gotten used to her coming and visit, because she constantly comes by and talks and chats with him. And he actually likes the company because he's pretty much been alone for who knows how long. So he's actually enjoyed Fluttershy's, company. Now, he started to stop with the little pranks he would do to Fluttershy. Every now and then he would do one, but he's pretty much stopped for the most part. And every now and then he will pull a prank or two on the Wild Ball Pussycats and make it look like it was just a set-up trap by something, like it was actually there the entire time. As Fluttershy arrives, Discord, are you here? As she's looking around the castle in the cave. As Discord just appears above her, like teleporting. Hello, it looks like you arrived today. As, he leads her further into the dining area. And he had prepared some snacks. Today we have French Liaison dark chocolate milkshake. It's actually very sweet. I tinkered it and it's my own personal recipe. And also chocolate chip pancakes. As he just lays them out in front of her. Well, thank you, but I'm not that hungry. I insist. Now, Fluttershy doesn't deny the hospitality and, of course, eats it, because that is the character. As she enjoys her meal, I actually came to talk to you about something. As Discord is intrigued. What do you want to talk to me about, Fluttershy? You see that, Class 1A and Class 1B of UA are coming to, basically this training camp my family hosts. Your family hosts? Interesting. You did mention that a while ago. I did, and I need to bring it up because they're coming and training, so I probably won't be able to come and visit you for a while. As this shocks Discord because he honestly has started to enjoy her coming pretty much, a lot. And he really enjoys company. So you're not going to be able to visit me for a while? Yes, I'm afraid so. Well, I suppose it won't hurt. I'll have the place to myself, and although I may miss some of the conversations, but I'll deal. As he turns and put his hands in a cross formation. I'll be back in I'll be able to come back here in a few days. I just can't do that while the UA students are here. I see. But I do have a question. As she responds, what is it, Discord? Am I allowed to throw a few pranks? As he looks at her with a, evil grin. As Fluttershy just gives him the stare. If you've watched MLP, My Little Pony, you'll understand the stare. Alright, I won't do it. But it will have been so much fun to prank future heroes. In fact, I'd baked a whole bunch of pies, as a whole bunch of pies appear right next to him. Cream pies, in fact. Guarantee a few of them would have enjoyed having a face full of cream pies. As Fluttershy speaks up, I know how much you like to cause, chaos. But please don't cause any trouble. I won't be able to visit you, so you may get a bit, angry. Why would I be angry? As she just gives him a lesser stare of her stare in My Little Pony. You don't remember the last time I left you without visiting? And this was after she'd started visiting for quite a bit. It had only been 2 days, and Discord had, just say there was a lot of pies involved at the Wild Pussycats headquarters. You literally left the place covered in pies. It was so hard to explain it to my mother and my aunts and uncle how it happened. It was just, I had to explain it that, well, some teenagers had made their way out here and decided to prank on the Wild Wild Pussycats. Well, I do appreciate you covering for me, but I'll be fine. As she just continues. And then there was that other time when I went on a fishing trip. You appeared in the fishing trip and literally turned the boat over. Oh, yes, that was funny. If I remember, your aunt, it wasn't Ragdoll, no. Mandalay, yes. It was funny seeing her get flipped over and, well, under the boat. Oh, and then, when I had faked there being a shark in the water, her scream was absolutely hilarious. As now, she fully gives him the stare. Alright. No funny business, no jokes, no pranks. I will simply stay here, as he just makes a chair and just sits on it. I know you like to play around and have fun, but this is very important. There will be likely a lot of heroes here. It's hard enough that I have to hide that I'm coming to see you, because you are technically wanted by the Heroes Safety Committee? Technically? Yes, I remember them causing a big fuss last time I made an appearance. Although it was almost 100 years ago. They probably still have me on record. So I can't really do anything. Although there was that incident about 20 years ago. As Fluttershy looks over, 20 years ago? Yes, if I remember, I pranked the #1 hero at the time. Nana Shimura was her name. I just have to say, there was a lot of ice cream involved. As Fluttershy's just confused. Oh, you didn't hear about the ice cream incident of, the date? As this has Fluttershy even more confused. Oh, you probably don't get it. Her entire car was filled with ice cream, and, maybe her apartment too. As now, Fluttershy's kind of just dumbfounded. You did that to the #1 hero at the time? Why, of course, it was funny. And of course, I didn't get a reprimand. In fact, she even told it on the media. In fact, she was given credit for my work. Although she didn't know it was me, but still, seeing my work on the news was absolutely amazing. As he pulls up the old, well, TV recording and shows it to Fluttershy. As Fluttershy sighs, alright, I'm off. As she starts to, well, leave. As Discord just, as soon as she leaves, gets a frown. Oh man, what am I gonna do for the next week or two? Well, there's always, I could stop by that old, shack nearby, see if some of my old stuff's still there. As I remember leaving a few fun items. There was a pan, there was a fishing hook, and then there was the ice cream machine. No, I picked that thing up. What else did I leave there? It's probably nothing. As then he just goes back on to messing around in his house. As we go to Fluttershy, who is, well, on her way back. And she spent quite a while out this time, as it's starting to become sunset. I didn't realize I was gone this long. Hopefully they think I'm just taking care of the animals. I did have to take care of that bear. As, well, the bear just appears next to her and just growls. Yes, Mr. Teddy. I know you love your scratches. And also, you have to stop picking on the others. Don't pick on the wolves. As the bear just puts his nose to the ground. It's fine. Just stop picking on them. After all, I had to save you from, well, them ganging up on you last time. Although you did deserve it. Picking on the youngest. As the bear just walks away and nods in agreement. I gotta say, the animals here are always nice, as a few birds are just watching her. As they're chirping. as she just loves nature and all that, and all the animals in it. As she finally arrives back at the, training camp, which is the Wild Pussycat's home, believe it or not. I'm 100% sure on that. I could be wrong, though. Don't fact check that on me. Whatever, as she gets back, Kota comes to see her. And as they see each other as brother and sister, he simply just calls Fluttershy sister. Kota, I thought you were going to your usual spot today. I was, but I decided to wait for you. You were gone an awful long time. Yes, sorry about that. I had to go visit a friend. As Ragdoll approaches, is this friend of yours, what bear you were telling us about? Yes, I met it a few weeks ago, and, to be fair, he's not getting along with the wolves that much. To be fair, they're predatory species. Of course they're not going to get along that much. I know, but I wish they could teach each other more respect sometimes. After all, it doesn't give them the right to bully the youngest wolf. As she then just goes on a little bit about that. Well, anyway, we do have to prepare for them arrival. After all, they're already on the way here. As she's confused. Oh, yes, I forgot. They'll be making their way here first thing in the morning. After all, they'll be stopping at a hotel area before they get here, because it's obviously a long ride. Alright, I guess I should go prepare things then. As she goes to, the dormitory for Class 1B and Class 1A to set them up and all that, while Ragdoll, Pixie Bob, and Mandalay, and Tiger, I believe. I can never remember his name. Set everything else up, which is the schedule, the plan, the meals, all that. Well, she's finished setting it up. She goes to, her living area, which is in the main house. As she goes to her room. As she leaves the window open because birds happen to fly in and all that. And sometimes even hummingbirds. Also, other animals crawl in through the window. As she gets in, I feel like there's going to be a lot more problems today. Well, not today, but tomorrow. I really hope Discord doesn't do anything stupid. As she says that, Discord just appears in the window. Do anything stupid, what? As she gets scared and falls off the bed. Discord, what did I tell you about scaring me? Oh, it's just fine. I just dropped in for a visit to tell you some things before, I had to come back here for a little bit. Well, I do have to tell you that, I may have to go retrieve some items, so I may actually be out of town. As this actually confused Fluttershy. You were leaving? Not really. I'm just stopping by an old place, pick up a few items, be right back. It'll probably take less than a day. And you're telling me this why? You don't have to worry about whatever's happening tomorrow. Oh, okay. As she's just now confused on why Discord would tell her that. What do you keep at this other place you mentioned? Oh, just a few tools, a few items. If I remember, there was a photo album of all the animals that I'd seen over the years. As Fluttershy is curious, a book of every animal you've seen over the years? Yes, in fact, I think I've got pictures as well, and descriptions. Don't tell me why I have it. Truth be told, I don't know myself. I just made a mental note of it, and the book just appeared. I guess I created it in my sleep? I don't know why I would think of things like that. Well, anyway. Now, as he looks at the time, and his eyes go out of his sockets, and ooh, look at the time! I better get back, after all. Can't let the tea get cold, as he just vanishes. As Fluttershy sighs. Discord. As, she goes to sleep. And when she wakes up, she goes to Pixie Bob. As she goes, so what do you need me to do for today? I simply need you to watch over the students as they make their way back to this camp. And why would I need to do that? As she tilts her head. Simple, because they'll have to be making their way through the forest. As she's surprised, through the forest? Yes, and of course I do need to ask you if you can move all the animals out of the way. I promise I won't destroy any trees if possible. And I'll promise I'll rebuild any homes of broken animals. As Fluttershy says, alright, I better go tell the birds and squirrels to move to a different area. I guess I can also tell the wolves and the bear to stay out of there. As she leaves, as she goes there, as soon as she gets to the area that Mandalay was talking about, all the animals come towards her. Alright, I need y'all to leave the area. There's currently been doing some training as they're going to be heading to the camp. So for all y'all's safety, could y'all possibly go to near the wolves? As some of them are scared, don't worry, I already talked to them. They will not harm you at all. As we get a flashback about 5 minutes ago, as she's giving the stare to the wolves. As they're just too scared to disobey. So, I promise it's gonna be safe there. As she smiles at them, as they agree, and they just head off. Now, what is it that... Oh, right. They wanted me to keep an eye on the students while they were coming through here? Why would they want me to do that? Maybe to make sure they don't get lost? Yeah, that's probably it. As she just uses her wings and hides in the trees. Fluttershy is still shy and doesn't like to show herself to new people, mainly being any of the students that come. So, the fact that that Pixie Bob is asking her to do this is something she was not expecting. Well, she's at the area where Class 1A falls, because if you know in the anime, Class 1B just takes the car there. Class 1A falls, and just having to go through the forest, while Pixie Bob's golems, pretty much, attack them as she's just observing in the tree line. And Kota could not really use his quirk, or well, he did, but only on bugs because there was no animals nearby. Because of Fluttershy. As she's just observing this. Wow, that one with the explosive quirk is pretty strong. And notices everyone just moving through. As Momo looks in her direction as she quickly hides behind a tree. Now she noticed a few leaves dropping. As she just thinks it's this animal, as she just continues on her way. Oh, I almost got spotted there. As she just keeps keeping an eye on them while they make their way to the camp. Now we go to Discord, who's currently all the way on the other side of the forest, in this old shack. Alright. As he's looking through stuff, no, as he throws a pitchfork, throws a torch, he throws a... When did I have this? As it's just a rubber ball. He tosses it. Here it is, as it's an old animal book. Yes, that will do nicely. Now, where are the few other items? As he pulls in, grabs a long scarf, and just keeps pulling for a minute. Oh, right, that's the infinite scarf trick. I forgot I stored that here, as he just puts it all back in the box. What else? As he pulls out then, just a life-size, ball pit. Oh, the ball pit prank. Never gets old. As he puts it back in the box. Here it is. As he pulls out an item. Now, if I remember, I was told to hide this. And I don't think this place is really safe anymore. It's old, run down. You know what? The safest place right now is where I live. As he makes his way back to the castle. Now we go back to Fluttershy, who's just finished watching the last student of Class 1A arrive at the training camp. As they're all exhausted and they find out Class 1B literally just took the bus there, they are irritated. They are mad, or well, Bakugo's mad. because it's Bakugo. Okay, it looks like they all arrived. Is this everyone? Mandalay asks. As they respond, okay, Fluttershy, you can come out. As everyone is confused, Class 1A, Class 1B, Aizawa, because Aizawa has never seen Fluttershy, as she's always hid when he comes. As Fluttershy flies down from the treetop, and one of the students asks, who is she? Oh, this is, Ragdoll's daughter, Fluttershy. She was observing y'all, making sure y'all got here to the camp. As now Bakugo's even madder because you had someone watch us? Yes. Why? Or not more why, more of an angry why. One, we were just making sure none of the students got hurt, and she would be there to take you to the camp if any of y'all got hurt during the fall. So you're saying we didn't have to travel that distance, and you could have just had her guide us back to the camp? Pretty much. Bakugo is literally dragged away by, well, Shoto and Kirishima, because he's about angry, he's about to go off. As Fluttershy is just still shy, so she's just in the tree line pretty much as they see her. Why is she over there? Ida asks. Oh, she's quite shy. She doesn't really get along with people that well. I see. As this in this timeline, instead of Izuku Midoriya getting hit in the you know where, Ida gets it this time. Why? Because I felt like he would be the next person to get it. Because he's still mad at heroes. He says the same thing as in the anime. But after that little incident, Fluttershy actually follows him. As then they start asking who he is. Kota, Mandalay's nephew? As he goes to his usual spot as Fluttershy's behind him. Is everything alright, Kota? Oh, sister, it looks like you're here. Yes, what's the matter? Why do those heroes in training have to be here? Listen, Kota. You know what they're trying to be? They're trying to be heroes. What, so they can just throw their lives away? Well, you don't see it like that. They're just trying to make the world a better place. What about their family members? What happens if they die? What do you mean? Say, for instance, one of the students happened to perish while doing hero work. What about their family? Listen, even I know that being a hero has risks. Why don't you become one? Well, a hero doesn't suit me, you see. I'm more of an animal caretaker. You take care of all the animals in the forest. Yes, in fact, you probably don't know this, but when we do something called, a scare thing? Or where the people go around scaring each other? Yeah, I heard about that. I've been instructed to take all the animals away from the area. You're just trying to stay as far away as possible from that, aren't you? As Fluttershy doesn't admit it, and lowers her head. You know I get scared quite easily, Kota. You're older than me, and you're scared of pretty much a lot of things. Can you blame me, though? A lot of things are scary. You don't seem scared of the animals, though. Of course not. If you think of it, the animals are just nothing but really kind creatures. I still have no idea how you befriended a bear. Oh, that's not the half of it. You really should see their cousin. As Kota's now confused. Their cousin? Yeah, the black bear. Although they have a family about a few miles away from here. As Kota just jaw drops. You have spoke with black bears? Why, of course. They came to visit the brown bear. I'm not even gonna question how you know this. I've got my information. I can tell. But where do you go of the afternoons? Pretty much. What do you mean? You're not always tending the animals. I know that. Well, you see, I take other things seriously, Kota. Um, I simply go exploring more of the forest, wanting to know more things about it. I want to see all the animals. Then why is it every time I try to follow you, I end up back here? As Fluttershy's just shocked. What? As why does every time I follow you, I end up back here at the camp? Magic? And she just gives a weird smile. And she thinks in her head, Discord? I'm not gonna worry about it. I guess it's just some force telling me to leave you alone. Well, you could say that. As she sits down next to Kota. Now, I know since your parents passed away, you've had a negative outlook on stuff. But the world is not always surrounded by evil, Kota. There are fun things. Nice things. Like me, for instance. You consider me your older sister. Of course, it took you a little while, and me a little while to open up to you. But, I saw the good and kindness in you, Kota. Although you don't show that whenever the, UA kids get here. So give them a chance, Kota. And you may see something magnificent. Alright, sister. As Fluttershy smiles. Now, if you excuse me, I am going to, head back. As she gets up and starts walking away. You know what? She just uses her wings and flies back. And now we cut to Discord, who is currently just back at his home as he had just arrived. I forgot what this item does. Anyway, I heard Class 1A arrived today. Class 1B too. If I wasn't told by Fluttershy not to break them, I would probably use all these cream pies. But since I can't use the cream pies, maybe I can do something else without Fluttershy knowing. But what would I use? As he just comes to a stop. I have nothing that would not give me away. You gotta be kidding me. Fluttershy almost knows every trick in the book that I use. As he had used a lot of tricks and pranks on Fluttershy over a span of like a year or two. So what to do? Alright, so I gotta hide this. As he just simply goes into the kitchen. Alright. As he quickly lifts up the pot, lifts up the heater, revealing a hidden compartment down there. Here you go, as he simply just drops it in there. Nothing will be able to find you, as he puts the floor back, the heater back, the pot back. Okay, now what do I want for dinner? As he then gets a smell. It looks like someone's smelling something good. Or making something good. I'm curious. As he then just appears invisible above the training camp while they're making food. As he starts to drool a little bit. Ooh. Look at all that meat. All yummy food. When was the last time I had some decent meals? That's right. When Fluttershy brought me, some food last month. Saying that I shouldn't always eat chocolate and all that. Yeah, whatever. Chocolate is always better. Although I wish I could make it rain chocolate over their heads. But I can't. I'm pretty sure they won't notice if a few, leftovers go, missing. As he just teleports some of the extra food away. Now, leaving the plates, make it seem like someone grabbed them. As he just heads back to his place and starts eating. As Fluttershy, gets back to the food area where everyone's eating at, as Mandalay comes over. How's Kota? Well, I had to talk with him. He should be a little bit more open. And how is the Ida kid? If I remember his name, I heard? Oh yeah, after a few minutes, he is recovered. Well, that's good. Again, thank you for moving the animals out of the way. Now, for good measures, I had them stay with the wolves for a bit, in the mountains. And may I ask why? Well, I had them go to the mountains because I didn't know how long this was going to be. Alright, that is a fair point, and especially we'll be doing training in those areas, so... Good move, Fluttershy. Thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I must go make sure everything is put away and all that. As Fluttershy just simply heads back to her room. And that's where I'm ending part 2 of What If Female Deku Was Fluttershy. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below what you want to see for future videos.